Tonight on CTV, Colorado State University once again achieves greatness within the research labs and has been recognized as one of the nation's top doctoral producers. Then take a deep dive into the world of sports featuring returning CTV sports reporters. All this and more on CTV starting now. Good evening, Rams. Welcome to your Tuesday night show. I'm your host, Ren Wadsworth. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Last week saw many incidents of crime around Fort Collins. A man has been charged after a two-car crash that killed one of the passengers. 26-year-old Benjamin Eisenberg was arrested after speeding and rear-ending a Prius with his sedan. The accident happened on February 26, just before midnight in Loveland. One passenger received serious but non-life-threatening injuries from the wreck. The driver of the Prius, Alana Thomas, needed to be cut out of the car by responders but died from her injuries nearly a week after the crash. In addition to vehicular homicide, Eisenberg faces charges for both reckless driving and driving under the influence. A delivery driver for Domino's Pizza also faces charges for repeatedly stalking two young girls in Fort Collins. Following customer concerns and complaints, Domino's opened an investigation into their employee in early February. Surprisingly, 21-year-old Cyrus Warren had not worked for the company for weeks. Police also report Warren visited a Fort Collins family after no longer working for the pizza company. Warren would reportedly visit, ask the two daughters if their parents were home, and then ask if he could come in. However, this isn't Warren's first incident with law enforcement and was arrested in the past for sexual assault. Fort Collins Police Services are concerned there may be additional incidents and encourage anyone with any information to leave an anonymous tip with the Crime Stoppers of Larimer County at 970-221-6868. And another Fort Collins resident faces multiple charges after he assaulted a Larimer County sheriff's deputy last Monday. The suspect has been identified as Uriah Keith Ward. The incident occurred after the officer stopped a car at City Park Avenue for a traffic violation. Present in the car was an unidentified female driver and Ward sitting passenger. A canine unit was dispatched to the scene to conduct an open-air sniff. Shortly after, Ward hit the officer in the face and fled on foot. Other deputies pursued Ward and used a taser to stop him. The police eventually found suspected illegal narcotics and ID documents that did not belong to him. He was arrested and booked into Larimer County Jail on charges including second-hand degree assault of a peace officer, possession of drug paraphernalia, and criminal possession of one or more ID documents. However, he was released from jail after posing a $300 bond. Switching gears now to some exciting news about Colorado State University, scientists are revolutionizing the world of medicine by reimagining anti-malarial drugs in order to treat a form of tuberculosis that is killing around the world. A collaborative team at CSU is fighting the battle against a rising silent threat. Non-tuberculosis mycobacteria, or NTM, has become a common illness, disproportionately affecting individuals with weakened immune system.
So we started working with these compounds that were initially developed for anti-malarial treatment. So we started working on them, and we saw that in vitro they inhibited the biofilm formation of the bacteria.
But the team may have found a solution in a surprising place. But the research team hopes that will change.
There are lots of patients with this disease that are currently with a poor treatment, and the treatment outcome is not the best usually. So the idea would be to improve the life of these patients and hopefully cure these infections.
Despite needing more required research, successful clinical trials have already been conducted on mice, pushing researchers here at CSU to continue to find a solution to NTM. Despite more research before human testing and distribution, the research into the alternative use for the drug is a shift in the medical mindset. The breakthrough in malaria research is not the only thing Colorado State has achieved last week. The school is now one of the nation's top producers of Fulbright U.S. scholars. CSU currently sits third place among other doctoral institutions such as the University of Illinois and Michigan State. The U.S. Department of State's Bureau of Education and Cultural Affairs announced this success in their annual Chronicle of Higher Education. According to Source CSU, the Fulbright program is the world's largest and most diverse international education exchange program. This year, 8 CSU scholars received Fulbright awards, more than any other university in Colorado. It seems the school's achievements and academic success never cease to slow down. Colorado has seen an unusually dry and warm winter. This is causing serious statewide issues. What specialists call a mega drought is leading to dry soil and near empty reservoirs. The water shortage trickles past the mountain state to millions downstream who rely on Colorado rivers for their water supply. The combined lack of moisture and early season snowpack has led to a critical environment for wildfires to start and spread. Weather experts believe the end of winter will be the most critical time for snowfall. It is estimated that in order to achieve the moisture requirements for the state, it will take over 100% snowfall for every precipitation prediction. As the states move to warmer months, there is still hope for a few final spring snows. Well, Rams, that concludes my news for you tonight. But don't go anywhere just yet. Emily Cozell will be joined by the Monday Night Sports crew next to bring you everything you need to know about this week in sports. Don't go anywhere.